Hi, my name is Chris Rogers. I am the Purdue Director of Themed Entertainment Design with the University in Indianapolis. The big news right now for 2025 with the themed entertainment and attractions industry, and what's really drawing a lot of fans, is Universal's Epic Universe, which is opening in May of this year in Orlando, Florida. And so this park, it's actually, it might feel like multiple parks, is going to have 5 lands. And so it will have Super Mario or Super Nintendo World, which will have a land focused on Nintendo and specifically Mario. It will have a land focused on How to Train Your Dragon, as well as Harry Potter, Wizarding World of Harry Potter, specifically the Ministry of Magic. And it will also have Dark Universe, which will actually reprise some of the older monsters, such as Frankenstein and Werewolf, that will actually come back to life in a walking land. So that's really like the big news on the horizon in the themed entertainment and attractions industry. Yeah, the expectation for guests has changed significantly because, and they still find a lot of value in going to a traditional, what we would call an amusement park, where they would go on a traditional ride like a roller coaster, but they want to be part of a story, right? And so, in being a part of that story, now we're going beyond just an amusement park. We're talking about theme parks with different levels of interactivity, of gamification, of personalization. So you have guests that, they want to go into Super Nintendo World and they're playing an interactive game where they take on a character. They go into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and they are either a part of the Resistance, and so they have specific roles that they might play as well. And it becomes personalized to them because there might be access to different activities on your phone, or you might have access to different things that you can do even within the queue line that gamifies and personalizes your experience. And so they want something that will engage their 5 senses. So if you're pumping smells into the environment, you're smelling that popcorn, you're hearing certain sounds that you wouldn't normally hear. It's not just the steal of a roller coaster anymore. They want that theming, that what I would call that manifested theming that makes you and draws you in to be a part of a story. So AI is being used in multiple venues for that personalization. So I'll actually step away from the theme parks. Like for example, the College Football Hall of Fame, the College National Museum, they have a personalization experience that utilizes AI that can create a video that puts you in there as a coach, where you can see yourself as a football player that's going out onto the field. Theme parks are doing the same type of thing. Obviously, there's some caution around the use of AI because they want to be able to control that experience for the guests. They can't have a chat GPT or any GPT just spout off the thing that they might hear. They want to be able to choreograph that experience. And yet they are toying with how can we use it to create a customized experience, again, making them feel like they're a character in the story. They're also looking at how can we use it to understand our guest better. So based on the food that they purchased, the order in which they go through experiences, the order in when they get their food versus when they go on the ride, how can they then create a more ideal experience for the guest because they've profiled that guest and they've tracked that guest. I mean, I think the thing to think about, when you're a family and you're going to go out there, think about national, but also think about local. So there are lots of local museums or immersive restaurants or hotels that are popping up all over the place. And they're not just even like long-standing permanent installations. We're seeing more pop-up experiences, what we would call LBEs or location-based entertainment, based on specific TV shows or based off a specific experience that you might see in a museum. And so there are lots of local attractions that are popping up all the time that you can spend your money on and you don't have to travel that long distance. Or if you want to take the plunge and spend the money, you can go to, your Universal or your Disney or your Six Flags or your Dollywood And they're coming out with new attractions all the time.